I have a phenomenal woman that has made massive impact through our work, home and abroad.
A whole lot of our parents were taken in slavery to different parts of the world. Some summoned their courage to fight back. It's called the Malay War. In 1980, who are the leaders that we have? What did they do in the 80s? That we too will jack back. Now, the trend is now coming back. The politics that we are, before you can question how somebody is doing something, what have you done?
Is this the Nigerian dream?
That we dream of. Which kind of dream? Now live with the live now.
Wow. Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to Road to Stardom. My name is Bello, and I'm your host. Here on Road to Stardom, we unravel the stories of celebrities and great personalities, exploring their lives, their stories, their triumphs and challenges, and of course, the unique experiences that have shaped their extraordinary lives. Today with me, I have a phenomenal woman that has made massive impact through her work on the Nigerian society, home and abroad. She is a certified forensic case specialist, an education activist, a public speaker. Guys, when I say this woman is loaded, unbelievably loaded, I kid you not. She is the founder of the TOS Educational Initiative. She is the director of the Brazilian Descendant Association of Nigeria, Lagos Island. She has also done a lot in the political world. She is the founder of the APC Grassroots Women New York City and also co-chauffeur here in Lagos. Don't let me blow our trumpets too much, because if I start, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish till the end of today. Ladies and gentlemen, I speak of no other person but the amiable, energetic, multi-talented, phenomenal Mrs. Taiwo Ololade Salvado. Hello, Ma.
Hello.
How are you today, Ma?
I'm good.
We are so honored to have you on the show. You're welcome.
After that intro, my loud gone.
Oh, my loud. It has to be loud because tell us, how are you feeling today, Ma?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me in your show, and I congratulate you. You have higher places to go. The sky is going to be your limit.
Thank you
I
very
love
much.
this.
Thank you, Ma.
Wow, you've said it in the intro. My name is Taiwo Ololade Salvado, Mrs. Bello.
Mrs. Bello.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Ma. I am so delighted to have you here. Like I said before, reading through your profile and your bio, like I said, it is unbelievably loaded. At some point, I'm like, I'm so inspired. How can someone could have done so much, so many certificates, so many accomplishments? So please, Ma, I want you to take us from the very beginning. Tell us about your journey.
I hope we have time, Sha.
We have plenty of time.
Wow. When one reads through sometimes when I read through my own CV, I'm like, do you even sleep? Do you have time? But as a woman, we cannot limit ourselves. You're only limited to what you limit yourself to be or to aspire.
Right.
So for me, right from when I was in school, we said to start from the beginning.
Yes.
Right from when I was in school, I do track. I have a business within that.
Which of the schools? The secondary school?
Secondary school.
Yes, that is CMS.
CMS Girls Grammar School. So running track, what do? I'm selling condensed water. I'm selling coconut.
Wow.
Hey, you dare not if you try, don't buy from me, you're in trouble. So this is the orientation that I have when I was growing up. And this is what I think is a norm. And that is when you see all those lists on the CV, it is a norm for me for doing one thing to the other. If I'm doing just one thing, you need to check me. So that is for me. But it might not be so for others. So it is what you limit yourself to do or to be. That's where you're going to find yourself. And especially when it comes to us women, we have to push that boundary. We have to push that limit. You have to challenge yourself on a daily basis. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Even though you don't know how to. you're going to have to try and get it. Get information, get education. Be that person.
So, we haven't gotten anywhere. I'm already getting inspired. I'm sure that today's episode is going to shake a lot of hearts. So, I want you to take us through your journey, like I said before, from CMS, grammar school. What happened next? How did you get to this point that you are today?
Okay. Complete bio. Before CMS Girls Grammar School, I grew up partly in Kano, and then we moved to Lagos State. Then we moved to Lagos State, we move around. My mom speaks about 3 different languages that I know of at that time. She's a translator. So she's going from different places, different ministry to do her job. So moving back to Lagos, stayed in Ololade, and Ololade, there's these people at that time that said they were going. While everybody is playing, me, I'm sitting there with yellow are going, making sure that the crumb will come to
you. Wow.
So, and I see the way they do things at that time. They wake up in time, they clean the bins, they do this and do all that. And those people that surrounded me when I was growing up are always moving. I don't know where somebody will just sit down and do the role and just sit down and be looking.
Doing nothing.
I grew up and I see people around me doing just that. And for me, as the orientation, that's what I want to be because I love good things. I love good things. And for me to now go to somebody and say, oh, I need money for this. I didn't grow up doing that. I didn't grow up saying that. So for me, you have to work. So coming to CMS Grammar School, my high school, have my crew, I run track, I'm in debating and society, I'm in dance society, I'm also in a Muslim society, I'm in Christian society, and I'm also in dancing society. So can you see, I am everywhere. So what is Muslim religion that you cannot understand about the Christian religion? That's for me, you need to understand it too. So you can now say, okay, this is what I want to pick. So, and growing up, we are not short. You had to explore different religion. My mom is Muslim, my dad is Muslim, but we went to Catholic school. So I should shut myself? No. So I explore different areas until when I now find one that I said, okay, I belong to this one. And I move forward. So moving from CMS Grammar School, 1983 was a very good year.
Wow. What made it so good?
It was a good year. I went to join the UPN. Babawolo was thriving and all that stuff. So, and they have the other party, MPN. So like I told you, I'm always prognosing. So I went to join this one, and I went to join this one.
At the same time?
Wow. So I want to find out what's going on.
Is that actually allowed to join 2 parties
I
at the
don't
same
know at that time now. I'm just joining.
You're just joining, just to explore.
Just to explore. So it's education. So I don't know what they're doing here, And then you get to a clash. They say I collected milk and sugar here, and I'm collecting milk and sugar here. They beat the out of, excuse me. They beat me that. So, and I say, I will go to the one that actually give me good stuff. So I stayed with UPN. Until dates. I'm still part of that structure.
Oh, wow.
But it was that now opened my parents' eye up and said, this Kinikon Big Makoi is doing politics. It's not going to be well, Lou. And at that time, they see women as you in politics. You are.
What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve?
So it's part of what they think that she should not be around. So after high school, already did the registration to go to Yabate, and that's when I was shipped out as a package.
That's when you moved out abroad because of the fear of what you're trying to get into.
So 1986, I was shipped out. And guess what? The same politics that they're trying to
stop
me from, I went and joined the political party, the Democrat.
Wow.
And the reason why, when you volunteer for them, they have all this kind of food that they bring.
So as it was about the food then.
You can go there And when you're about to leave, you just go pick up, pick up, pick up. Ah, this one is fine. I'll be coming every day to volunteer.
I see there are lots of things here.
I started.
Okay.
And then there's another advantage that applied to
Came with
that.
it.
When people back here in Nigeria need letter of reference and stuff, I will just go to the senator, the office, and say, oh, I need a letter of recommendation, my sister, my brother, my something, and they easily will write it.
Give it to you.
Because you're already part of volunteer. That's the power of volunteerism is very good. So you get to do get a lot of things done for you. So that's where I started politics over there too.
It's been an eye-opening experience with Mrs. Salvado. Now we are getting into the political aspect of her career and life. I know that you are the coordinator for the Asiwaju Women Cooperative Society, am I right?
Yeah.
So how has that been? And I think it is safe to say that you are a very strong supporter of our current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You believe in his government.
Ideology, yeah.
So, with everything that is going on currently, people are lamenting, there's a lot of chaos about the economy, inflation, things are not going the way. There's a lot of suffering in the land, to put it mildly. Do you think this is the Nigeria of our dreams? Do you think that Tinubu is doing justice to Nigerians with his administration?
Wow. The Nigerian of our dream?
Yes.
Was that a picture or a written word that tells us that this is what is going to be Nigeria of our dream? And what is that dream about? That's another question.
Okay. I
mentioned earlier, I started politics since 1983. And I'm still in it.
Of course.
I believe in it. Maybe not the individual, separate individual that comes in as a leader, but I believe in that ideology of politics. In fact, everybody should be a politician or must be a politician. It depends on how you now define your politics technique or the ideology that you want to follow. So, we are here now, the Nigerian that we found ourselves that we are now in. It's a beautiful one.
Is it really?
It's a beautiful one.
Situation. A lot of people would not agree with you.
In terms of, no, nobody has to agree with me.
Okay.
No, I agree with me. Okay. I might be in my own place, but I agree with me.
Okay.
The politics that we are, before you can question how somebody is doing something, what have you done? Have you led something successful to the point that people now criticize you and say, okay, this was done right, this was done wrong? Take the feedback. So if you are just attacking every little thing, I don't know what to say to such people. The country that we are now, it might not be what the picture that you have. It might be different from the picture that I have. It might be what I think we should be going through now. Okay. When you go back and do your findings from the 60s, let's say from 1960 to where we are going now, where Nigeria is now. Right now. Yeah. And where Nigeria is right now, you have to look at all the components that take Nigeria to where we are now. Okay. Did we start like now we have now? Did we start in 1960? In 1980, what was our achievement? What are the leaders that we have? What did they do? And us in the 80s, that we too with Jackpa. Now, the trend is now coming back again.
Okay. So are you trying to say that the current situation is a cumulative result of different eras? In my belief, and not necessarily the fault of the person there now. Is that what you're trying to say?
The current wife is now cooking jollof rice, doing something. But the old one was doing it by doing on it. And after that, they say she doesn't know how to cook. But the current one now came with jollof rice and this pepper rice because she was trained. She learned to do things in a different way. But all the kitchen where the other one don't spoil. Now this one go fix them. It will take that time to now, let's change this setup. Let's clean the kitchen. Let's buy new pots. Let's train these people. No, this is not the light that we want. This should be the light that should be in this kitchen. Okay. She has a lot to do. But at the same time, does she have enough tools, people to carry it out the way that she wants? The people that we have in different positions, the people that we have to carry that position, are they carrying out exact way it should be without putting their own hidden agenda in there? Okay. If I give you to go bank, I give you all the money. Count am when you get there. You went to the bank, you know count am. Or you to yourself, you don't carry comot, enter your pocket. Chop, abi. Carry say na that money I give you. Everybody is fending for their own. If collectively we can all come together without the issue that we have, the military issue, we have this issue, we have that issue, if everybody is sincerely about Nigeria, we will be at a different place. That is my own opinion. It's subject to criticism. So when you ask, is this the Nigerian we dream? First of all, I didn't have a memo. I didn't have a dictionary. I didn't have a picture of the Nigerian we want now. We borrow from London. We borrow from UK. We borrow from this. We borrow from that. Nigerian is like a dumping ground of everything. Idea, dump. Product, dump. This one, dump. This is how they do in London. This is how they do in oh, Nigerian is this old. You're supposed to know. Maybe you travel. If I travel, does that mean I went to the government? I want to borrow something. I told you what I went, what I did, and what I brought back. And what I've been doing, going to different schools. If you have 2,000 of me going to different schools, shaping our youth, going back to the community, shaping our parents, I will have the community that I think my community should be this way. So for me, when people talk in politics, I try to let them see the picture. So if you want to blame Oga with the position now, fine. If you want to blame Oga with the composition, where you don't even know the hidden agenda, where that one gets, blame her.
Well, I feel like Nigerians, although like you said, there is no particular picture as to, this is the picture that everybody is looking at as to what the Nigerian dream should be like. Well, I feel like on the average, everybody has, I wouldn't say everybody, but most people, at least people that voted for this current administration, had high hopes because they believe in the competence. Yeah. I mean, there's precedence, right?
Yep.
So because of that, they say expectation breeds disappointment or something like that. So I feel like they have a high expectation of the current administration based on what he has done before as the governor, because he was once the governor of the state.
Yes.
And with everything that he said, the manifesto and everything during the elections and before the elections, the campaigns and everything. So he made people believe that I am capable, I'm competent, I am your best bet to take Nigeria to a better place where things are better than they used to be in the past.
We're going somewhere. We're definitely going somewhere. Okay. But our resilience, our patience, and our own doing must be taken into consideration. We must be able to render our own. Okay. A bus driver, they say, don't go on this way. And that is the way. You now see that, there's so much traffic here. Let me go here. Boom, I'm there. And anything over there, I'm just gonna go. Is it the problem of the union now? The union are there, they tell them what to do. Is it the problem? No. It's this individual that now think I can just break law. That now think I can just break rules.
So now let's go back to crime, because I know that you have your expertise in that. And this is Lagos. We know there's a lot of crime rate in Lagos, especially from the youth. People are saying, oh, the situation of the country, there's no job and all of that. And what measures do you think that the government and even parents of these young ones can take to ensure that they are not on this path of being juvenile offenders and committing crimes?
Thank you for that question, and that's very important right now, because when you look at our, I'm just quoting the population, the youth population that we have right now. When you look at it, is about 70% to 80% youth now. A lot of preparation are not there for how to navigate things. And coupled with the things that are going on with the Japa syndrome, the security of our country, the economy, the low dollar, no dollar, and all that stuff, we have high crime. High crime that are not now visible because of many of the things that we have now, all the androids and stuff. We're able to take information right away. But they say, oh, it's not in my backyard. It's not in my backyard today. It's not in my backyard tomorrow. It will be in your backyard tomorrow. If measure is not taken into places now. For us in Lagos State, and for me as my TOS Educational Initiative, we started with the school safety and security projects. Safety and security project is just to educate, because our NGO is only to educate on literacy of education and literacy in safety and security. So we're just to tell them what you should know about your safety, what you should know about your security. You can now go more into details. The social media that we have nowadays and all the world that we are, not everything is supposed to be on social media. You don't give out your information on social media. You don't give out your location on social media. You do not rush into what you see on social media. So when you're talking about the countries like this, the government have their own role. And we too, as a parent, as a stakeholder in the community, we have our own role too. So that is where I'm saying that educate yourself on the safety of your surrounding. Educate yourself on that drug that you want to take. I know it's just it's going to calm you, it's going to do something, or you want to do, or I belong to this group. But you need to Google the end result of it. Where do you see yourself, as in what goal, what achievement, what's your objective of life? So we have to educate ourselves. There's one part the government is going to do. There's another part that we ourselves are going to do. And as a community, whereby we have the NGO and all that stuff, civil society, there's another thing that they too need to do. And the bottom line comes to parents. What kind of parenting style are we? Today, some of our kids are the one parenting their parents. They are the one telling their parent what to do. They are the one navigating everything in the house. Well, our mothers, our fathers are obsolete about our responsibility. So when it comes to security and safety and the issue that's going on around our youth now, it's just peer education. I'm not saying going to go to college, but get a community education. There's education after the four corners of the classroom.
Of course.
You need to re-educate yourself about things around you. Everything that glitter
is not
and gold.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Before we go into your political aspect, because I know you've done a lot of things in the political realm too, I'd like you to talk a little bit about, of course, you shed light on your NGO, which is the TOS Educational Initiative, and I know that you have been doing great work in the society in that aspect. But I want to talk about you being the director of the Brazilian Descendant Association. Tell us about that. Are you a Brazilian descendant? Oh, wow. So please tell us about that.
Thank you so much. There's a community called Brazilian Descendants in Nigeria, in Lagos. And I want you all to Google it. Know the story behind it. If I go into it, it might take time. The story behind it, in 18-something, a whole lot of our parents were taken in slavery to different parts of the world. Some summoned their courage to fight back, well in Brazil. They fought. It's called the Malay War. You can Google that too. Malay War. Now the government now came together and the slave master came together and say, you know what? If we don't settle this, these people they're going to kill us, finish you.
For us.
So many of them now started. They asked them what's their demand. Their treaty is that okay, we want to go back to our country where we came from, and the message was sent and one thing led to the other. Some of them came back to Nigeria, and that is where my great grandfather are part of them. It was a very troublesome people in Brazil. They fought because they're very hardworking. They don't sit around. They don't collect. They work. And that goes to Aguda, work hard for what they believe and what they can feed themselves. They do not sit. They don't go to the queen at that time to go and wait for a handout. They work in the community. And that's the community called Popo Aguda, the Brazilian Descendant community in Lagos State.
And that's where the name Salvador came from.
When they are coming back now, under the name that they assume when they went there, each houses has a slave, and they name their slave their name for different to understand where they come from. So I guess the slave master of my great grandparents are the Salvador. We have the Gomez, we have the Pedro, we have the Silva, we have Soares, we have Pedro, we have Pereira, we have Fernandez, we have Santos. Should I keep going? Do your Google.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. Let's quickly delve into the part where you teach people foreign languages, especially Portuguese and all of that. I know that you've taught a lot of people, a good number of people, the language to the point where they speak it fluently and they can even communicate with it. How's that going?
Taiwo, Salvador. My name is Taiwo Salvador.
Okay.
We started with the issue that when they came to Nigeria, their affairs are towards the Brazilian embassy. And that's where they are there for, to see the affair of those communities. And the part of the treaty that was signed is to make sure that the language continued in that community, because that's the only language they spoke in that community. As at that time. Okay. So along the way, maybe with the military, with these, everything changed. People went back to Brazil. Some people passed on, and the language dissipated. So we now say, when I came, I was like, you know me, literacy. Okay. We have this thing. How can we bring it back? With a couple of other people, like Ladi Veracruz, Da Silva, Remy Da Silva, Graziano, many of us, they are my elders and my mates. We came together, we approached the embassy and said, we have to bring this back. And there's a leader, Mama in our community, one of the richest men in the community at that time is Darosha. Okay. His daughter is in the community, is 92 now. We went to her and she was like, we've been trying to start this thing. If you guys are young, you can go for it. And we did. The last ambassador approved it, was so passionate about our community, want to make sure that things are getting done in the community. So the program was approved. We started with nothing though. We started with, I can't even write my name. But now, 2023, we're able to graduate 15 that can read and write the language. Right now we have Portuguese. Wow. Now we have one of our students from the community, from the direct Brazilian Descendant, is in the program now doing the Portuguese language study. Okay. We are in partnership with the LASU Portuguese language study to bring volunteers. So after that, I'm now bringing volunteers to come and teach and use our community as learning tools for them also. They graduate, but they don't know where to speak the language. So they can use the community to do that.
Wonderful people, thank you for staying with us on this episode of Road to Stardom. It has been such an experience hanging out and chatting with Mrs. Ololade Salvador. I've had a lot to take home, and I'm sure that you also have a lot to take home and ruminate about later in your leisure time that can help you to move forward your life or that of your family and loved ones. Don't forget that this program is showing on our YouTube channel, SM Nigeria. Please do well to subscribe, like, Share your comments and your thoughts about this episode. If you have contributions about the topics that we discussed here today, please feel free to share them with us in the comments section. My name is Honeybell, and I'm always your host for Road to Stardom. Remember, it is not only about the stardom, it is also, and most importantly, about the journey. Make sure you do something today that will inspire someone somewhere tomorrow. Bye for now.